Hello everyone. We were creating a form using Visual Basic on Microsoft Excel. In the first video we have created our table and also the buttons, but we started to Visual Basic but we didn't add the objects. So now we're going to add the objects, the elements on our form. Let's enlarge the form. You can enlarge the form using the corners or the edges, just like this. Using the corners you can enlarge it easily. So we're going to use the toolbox to add objects. All objects are here that we can use in Visual Basic. We have label in here, we have text box here, we have combo box, we have list box, we have check box, we have option button, or we call it radio button also. We have toggle button, we have frame, we have command button, tab strip, multi-page, scroll bar, spin button, image, and another object. So we are going to add some of these objects. We're going to use some of these objects, like we're going to use labels, text boxes, one combo box, we're going to use a frame and a command button, I think. But before that, let's change the format of the form window that we have, user form 1. Let me tell you before, we have a toolbox and we're going to add all objects using the toolbox. But let's say that if we close this toolbox mistakenly, what's going to happen? As you can see, we do not see the toolbox. All we're going to do is to go to view and to open it from toolbox. This is the first way, or easily just select this icon here and it's going to be appeared. And also another panel that we're going to use mostly is the properties panel. It's in here. So if this also is closed, we can see it using the view again and properties window, or F4, or here is the icon for properties window. So as we select the object on our form, we have only the form. There is no other object, that we cannot see another object here. We have only the user form 1, and we can see the properties of the selected object using here the properties panel. As you can see, we have back color, border style, caption, cycle, draw buffer, and some important ones, color, font, Tahoma, and so on. So these are properties or features or format options of the form that we have created. Like the name, user form 1. This is the name of the form, and we're going to use it in codes. If we change it, let's for example make it user 1, this is not going to affect here, but it's going to affect the code. So I recommend not to change this. Let's let it the same, user form 1. User form 1. But if you want this title to be changed, like here we've got user form 1, this is caption property, so we can change it from here using this. We can change it here. This is not going to affect the code part. Let's say book form, and as you can see, the name of the form has been changed, or the caption. Back color, it's in here. We can change the background color. Let's make it highlight. The border color, I will not change it, but the color, which is the text color, yes, we can change the text color using this button. Let's make it yellow, or just let it white. And the font color, the font type or font style, it is Tahoma, and there are also other properties. If you click on this icon, you're going to see all font properties. Like here it is Tahoma. I will change it to Calibri, and I will make it 12, the font size, and click OK. That's all. Let's enlarge it a little bigger. And do we have any other thing? I think no, that's all. So now we're free to add the objects. First of all, I'm going to add the frame before we add the other objects. We need all the objects to be in one frame. So first I'm going to add the frame. Click on the frame. As you can see, it's active. The frame is active now, and I will just need to draw it. Drag and drop. Just draw it, and that's it. I have a frame, and as you can see, this is the name of the frame or the caption of the frame, and the name also is like that. I can change the caption just by typing the caption here. I'll write here book information. When you press enter, it's going to change the name with the text that you have entered here. And the style, the forecolor, background color are going to be the same with the form. As you can see, the form has this background color. Also, the frame has this background color. Now we're going to add all other objects one by one using these buttons, using these options, objects. So I'm going to add labels one by one. Click on label, and I'm going to add one label here, and the name of the label is not important because I'm not going to use the labels on commands on code parts, but the name of other options, other elements like text boxes and combo box, they are important. I'm going to change them later, but first we are adding the labels. So now I will need, I think, 6 or 7 labels. So I'm going to copy and paste. I will not add one by one. Just go over, right click over the label here, select copy, and right click inside an area on a place inside the frame, and right click paste. So it's going to paste. This is another label. Label 3. I can see the names of the labels. Here they are. This is label 2, but the caption is label 1. You see the difference because I made copy paste. If you make copy paste, the caption is going to be the same, but the name, of course, will not be the same because all names of all objects are different. They have to be different. This is label 3, for example. Paste. This is label 4. Paste. This is label 5. Okay, let's change the caption of the labels and see if they are okay or not. This is going to be book name. This is going to be author. We can also change the caption by clicking 2 times, but be careful. If you double click on it, it's going to enter the code part, but we don't want this. You need to click once, pause a little, and click again, so you're unable to change the text part, the caption. The second one is author. The third one is page number. This one is genre or type. And this one is going to be starting date. So I need another one. I will copy this and paste, and I will change only the starting date to finishing, and that's it. We have labels. Now we're going to add text boxes by clicking this object, this element. So I will click to these elements and I'm going to add text boxes. Click once and it is added. I can increase the size by length or by width or by length. And so this is going to be the text box for the name of the book. So I have to change the name, or I have to keep the name what it is in my mind, because I will use it on the code part. I am going to change the name of the text box with tx name, because it's easy to remember. Tx is for text box, name is for the name of the book. You can change it, you can make any other thing, but it has to be something that you will remind, because we will use it in the code part. And now I'm going to add another text box, but I will not add it. I will just copy and paste again. Paste. I can use also Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V buttons from keyboard to copy and paste. So this is the author, and the name have to be tx author. The length is okay. I use Ctrl+V now, so it is pasted automatically. And this is for page number, so I will make it tx page number, page nr. I will make it tx page nr. For genre, I'm going to use combo box. So I click on combo box and I click once. Yes. And that's it. So I will change the name of the combo box with cx genre. This is for combo box, and this is for the name of the object. And I will paste again because I had copied the text box, so I will paste it again for starting date. So I will make this tx starting date, paste again. This is finally for finishing date, so I will make this tx finishing date. Be careful about the name. When you give the name for each object or element, you have to be careful about the characters. No empty spaces. Okay, as you can see, between tx or finishing, tx finishing or finishing and date, there is no any empty space. Okay, so that's all. We have the objects. We're going to add one more object, the bottom, but before we need to make the alignment of each object, like these labels. If they are not in the same size, we can go to format and make same size here by selecting both, and so they are going to be in the same size if they are not. And if we want to make them align on the left, so they are going to be aligned on the left. Let's put this finishing date a little more down, just like this. Now I will select these labels all, and I will go to format, and I will change the vertical spacing to equal. So the vertical spacing of each is going to be equal, as you can see. And also for this one, for the text boxes, I'm going to make the same. Let's make something like this. Okay, now I will select these all on the right side and go to format, and I will not make the same size because some of them are not the same size, but I will make the verticals also. Before that, I will make the align to left. They will be aligned on left, and I will arrange the vertical spacing to equal, just like this. Also, I will select the starting date and finishing date and resize them both to a smaller size, because we don't need this much for a date. Also for page number, I think this is enough. And that's it. Now we can resize the frame we can make it smaller. And now we need a button below. I'm going to go to command button here on toolbox, and I will add the button just under the frame. You can make it however you want. So we can format the button too. Here we've got the back color. Let's change the back color to black. Font and fore color, let's change the font color to white. And the font, let's change the font to let's make it Canberra 22. Click OK. So it's going to be like this. And now I will resize the frame to the form to a smaller size that will fit all objects. We don't need this much big size, so that's enough. I think this is the visual part. This was the visual part. Now we can pass to the code part on the next part.